Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be having a chat with the head coach of Entropiq, Hooch. Now, I've got to ask you straight away, why coaching? You're a professional player for 15 years, could have gone into doing some analyst work or maybe some broadcasting, but you chose coaching.
Yeah, I've been playing for a really long time. At some point, I understood that I'm not good anymore, but I have a lot of experience to bring to the players. I've been working on broadcasts for like 3 or 4 years, maybe more. Maybe I started in 2015 with a Star Ladder tournament, but I felt like I want to be coach, and that's it.
Now, I've got to imagine being a coach, right? Seeing your team qualify for ASL Pro League, seeing them be top 20 in the world, you've got to be very proud of them. But at the same time, it seems like it's been a long journey. Look at what happened with the team last year, a little bit of up and down performances. It seems like this only rise has been recent. So, how's it all sort of come together?
I think the important part that even though we had the problems with organization, we stick together, and the players and everyone in our team, besides me, our analysts, our manager, worked really hard on the team, and everyone was like giving everything for the result. But I think we still can do better. Yeah, since the beginning of the year, we have a good update on our game, but I think and now at this point, it's a really important moment for our team where we want to step up for next year, and so we need to do much more.
And you spoke all about sort of the organization structure, obviously Entropiq coming to pick you guys up about just over a month ago now. And it seems like you are in the gaming house. So is everyone there or just a couple of players?
Yeah, everyone is from Russia except for Lucky, but he's been living in Russia for 2 years since he joined Winstrike, and it's a first bootcamp for our team. So we arrived at bootcamp like 4 days ago. To be honest, it's kind of hard for the team after a long time staying at home to adapt for the bootcamp, and we've been struggling on practices and the official game. But today against Havo, even though we lost the first game, which we should have closed, but in the end we won two last maps, and it feels really good.
And for you as well, you've got an assistant coach of Zoma. So I want to ask about him because he was the analyst for Gambit Youngsters and just look at where that team is today. So what does he bring to the team? Do you sort of get to work with him or does he work more with the players or what's the relationship there?
He's doing. I think I can call him as assistant coach, not just an analyst, because he's doing a lot of job to fix our problems. He's basically taking care of analyzing the opposite opponent's game. Also, he helps me with bringing the structure and working with the players. And sometimes, we work as a good cop and a bad cop. So I think it's a good addition for our team.
It's all about the balance. And I have to ask you, I mean, you mentioned that you've been playing for a very long time. You had the chance of playing with both Elian and Nickelback, both in EPG, right? So I've got to ask, like, from then, did you know that they were going to be some really high impact players? Did you know that the rise was going to be there all the way back then? Or was it something that just took time to develop?
I felt from the beginning that Alien can become a really good player because at that moment in Russia, he was really underestimated, and a lot of people were thinking he's cheating. And the first moment I bring him on the team, it was enjoyable, and I saw a big potential. Regarding Nickelback, I saw him playing for Russian team at VSG 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, we played for another team together. And later, I brought him to EPG. So I also felt like he's a good talent guy. So yeah, I was feeling that the guys can become really good players, but I still think their potential can be more.
Well, that's going to be surprising and really exciting to see that going forward. Now, when a lot of people look at this team, it's always like, oh, it's the Alien Show. You know, he's going to drop 30 kills, he's going to put up an insane rating, and you look at the minds of you and Nickelback. But I often feel like a player like Forrester gets overlooked, and recently he's just been playing at a really, really high level. We knew that on Dream Eaters and Hard Legion he had that potential, but it seems like the last 3 months, 4 months, he has really been able to push his career quite high in terms of individual stats.
I think he's always been a good player, and he's playing lurker B guy. And since he joined the team, he was kind of struggling at the beginning because he tested for some different teams. Even though he was invited to join them, he felt like this is not the best option. And when they were when they started playing with us, like he didn't feel really confident, but he said like, "Give me some time, and I will show you what I'm capable of." And since then, he's been progressing and playing really good. I think he's right now he's one of the best players on our team, and it's good that you mentioned it. That he's been really consistent, and he's doing a lot of important kills and important clutches and a lot of work for the team.
And now we've got to talk about the new map, the Ancient coming into the pool. We know that a lot of teams are insta-banning it. At the other hand, a lot of teams are picking into it. We know Lingby Vikings are loving picking into Ancient recently in sort of the tier 2, 3 division. But for you guys, you've only played it once. So I've got to ask you, is it something that you don't mind floating? Because it seems like you guys aren't insta-banning it.
Yeah, since we don't play Inferno and the Ancient coming up to the map pool, changing terrain, we were thinking about switching maybe to Inferno or Ancient. There were different opinions on the team, but I felt like that we lost a lot of time not playing Inferno if we would start playing right now. So it would be not a good move for us. And when we came to Ancient, first days of the practice were kind of stressful, but in the end, everyone understands that this map is really good. I think this map is really nice. I didn't expect from Valve to make a good map. I think there are going to be some minor changes maybe, but so far it's really tactical and it can be like really interesting for the viewers to watch and for players to play and for coach to make tactics and stuff. So we didn't play it so much yet because we didn't have opportunities. We could play it today much, but I think we're saving. We're like I don't know, not showing that we are playing it right now. So when it comes to RMR, the teams will obviously think that we're. This is our fifth or sixth maps, and that's the moment we're gonna show them that we're really good on this map.
It's an interesting take, and I'm sure a lot of teams are going to be like that at the moment, just trying to hold back. It's going to take a little while until we really see who's going to be strong on this map, who doesn't mind sort of floating it into the veto. But just in terms of goals this year, we know that in the whole sort of spring circuit, you guys have had some really decent runs, but always getting sort of a hurdle at the end. You know, a lot of grand final placings. You did get that first result in season 2 of FunSpark, so are we going to see a lot more trophies coming in? Are we going to see that barrier to sort of the next level for you guys?
I think everything is in our hands. We lost two finals at Snows with Snow. It felt really bad, but in the end, we won the final against So at EC Premier and qualified for ESL Pro League. Also, we won FunSpark recently, and I think like everyone is dedicated to make a new step, as well as me. All team wants to win trophies for ourselves and for our organization and for our fans. So obviously, we're gonna do our best.
I've got to ask about the burnout, because when you look at the teams that are playing the high end maps, you know, the 150, 160 maps the last 3 months, it's Skade, it's Lingby Vikings, and then it's pretty much you guys. So do you look at that as a positive or a negative that you guys are just playing so many maps right now?
I said maybe like 1 week ago when we had RMR tournament, Snows with Snow at some one more tournament. I don't remember which one exactly. So there were some days when we played 3BO3s during the day, and even though I'm not playing, I never felt it's gonna be so hard because I feel like it's much easier to play than to coach for 3 maps. It's just my humble opinion. But the thing is, yeah, it's really difficult. Some people might think that like who are outside esport, like what's the problem? You see the 8 hours in front of the PC, like people get paid from it who working from 9 to 5 on a shift. So, but the thing is, when you're chilling, relaxing, you can go like take a cigarette or a coffee or talk to your coworkers. It's one point, yeah. And when you have like three BO3s in which you need to decide to make moves and stuff, and you need to adapt and to react to everything what's happening on the map, it's really hard. So yeah, I'm afraid of burnout, and I'm definitely going to demand that we need to go for a vacation. And I'm going to demand the players to stand outside of the PC for at least like 10 days and just don't put their hands on mouse and keyboard and just relax and think about everything else. But then when they come back, we're going to do much more work than we did before.
Well, look forward to seeing those improvements come in. To end things off, is there anything you want to say to the organization members of Entropiq, any of the fans of the teams? Because I know that you guys have had a lot of support. It's been a rough road with all the sort of the organization trouble. Now moving forward, like you mentioned, qualifying for Pro League, being able to be a top 20 team in the world, you guys have worked really hard. So is there anyone you want to thank out there?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank the fans and say that even though our results recently weren't so good, to be honest, we can play much better. But we are human beings and we are working our game and doing everything to make a step forward. Also, I would like to thank our organization Entropiq and all managing staff and CEO and everyone who's working besides the monitor behind the monitor, and we're really happy that we joined a good organization, and we're going to do our best to make to put Entropiq on tier 1 list. And also I would like to thank all true fans who watching CS not for the bettings and just for who enjoys the game and understands how hard working people are and how many things they do to become better and just enjoying the game. So I want to thank those guys because it's not about betting all the time. So just thanks to everyone who's watching us, who's cheering for us, supporting us, and thanks Entropiq.
Well, thank you very much for that, Hooch, and best of luck moving forward into all the events that you're going to be playing in.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.